I legitimately agree, and I think that when it comes to China Anne McClain, it's time to let this go. Annually, for the past couple of years, every time we hit this time of year, I always see this conversation. Sure, you guys remember it, but in case you don't, a couple years ago, China Anne McClain was heavy in her faith, heavily talking about what she believed in, even saying she was considering leaving the industry to dedicate herself to talking about her faith. He even said, you know, we shouldn't be listening to certain types of music, we shouldn't be watching this or that. Obviously, that had a lot of people feeling a certain type of way. I will admit, on that note, I was right there with y'all. I was over here saying, isn't this calling all the monsters China Anne McClain? Isn't this Queen of Halloween China Anne McClain? Obviously, I get it being about your faith. Y'all know what I believe in. But, you know, taking it too far is taking it too far. Then people felt even more some type of way because after that, she put out the remix. In recent years, she's been dressing up every year for Halloween. People are like, well, how can you go from this to this? How can you be on this type of energy a couple years ago? I'll be all cooling down for celebrating Halloween. On that note, in my opinion, it goes back to something that I have constantly said in certain situations. People forget that celebrities are people. They go through stuff. All of us know how hard growing up can be. So it wasn't hard in the same way for all of us. We all know that with growing up, you go through different phases. Lean heavy into certain things when you're trying to discover who you are. For a lot of us, those phases of our life are something that we move on from when we become full-grown adults. Imagine those phases of your life being under a microscope for everybody to see. Would you like it if people kept bringing up those phases of your life when you were trying to figure out who you are? Then, not to mention, there's also the added fact that she was going through a lot when she lost Cameron Boyce, someone that she grew up with, someone that she had been in the industry with, someone that was one of her best friends. Something makes you question, rediscover, and lean even more heavily into your faith. Losing people that you love. Not to mention, outside of all of that, it's already hard enough on you growing up in the spotlight, maybe to some degree, never even feeling like you really had a childhood, a chance to grow up in the manner that a normal person would. I'm not even on here saying it was religious psychosis. I'm here to say it was because of the passing of Cameron Boyce. Definitely don't want to make it sound like I'm saying her faith was just a phase. Simply saying now she's gotten to the balance of being a full-grown adult, showing that she can believe in what she believes in, but also celebrate Halloween. Simply saying move on and let it go and let her be.